All right, here we are. Another week around the trash fire. Your host, Matthias, on with the boy.
John.
Well, John, here we are. One more month before the new year. You believe 2023 is almost over?
I know, right? That means New Year, New Army.
No. Do not. Don't do this, John. Not again. We can't do another New Year army.
Yeah.
Yeah, the year is coming to an end. Crazy how fast it went. But we have a lot of news to get through. And speaking of end of the year, can you tell what the first story is going to be, John?
I don't. Is it a coin? The new coin?
No. It's actually going to be video game related.
Oh yeah, Spacemarine got delayed.
Spacemarine 2 got delayed, according to IGN's article here. Or sorry, PC Gamer here. And it ain't coming out until the early second half of 2024.
Yep.
That saddens me. Like,
Yeah, it does. It does suck.
Like, I knew it wasn't going to come out this year. I had hope it would come out this year. But I had a good feeling it was not going to come out this year. But, winter, carries on to the next year just a little bit. So, I was still hoping we would get it either like January. But nope. We ain't going to see it till probably July now. So that's hurtful. I'm very sad.
Yeah, it does suck quite a bit.
I mean,
but I mean,
Rogue Trader's coming out next month anyway.
Rogue
So
Trader is coming out. Yeah, and you know what? Like, if it means the game's gonna be better, that's fine.
well, I mean, they gave the generic excuse. Provide the time needed to properly polish the game to ensure the best possible experience.
Right.
Which, fine. I'll
Yeah.
let it slide. But that means my expectations are a bit higher than what it is. I'm just saying.
I see. I see.
If they released it and it was a buggy mess, I'd hate it. I would have complained that they should have spent more time cooking it. But, now that they're spending more time cooking, I expect it to be good. Polished, as they said. But that's all that's happening in gaming news. I mean, obviously, like I said, Rogue Trader is coming out next month. So excited for that. But we can get to the Warhammer news now. And that is the coin. And the little rhino that they're gonna be giving out for Epic as well. So
What a weird thing to give up.
what, a rhino?
Yeah, like Epic.
Well, they gotta promote the new game,
Do
Now that
they?
you have a rhino model, well, now you have to buy Epic because you got the model.
I really don't think this game is for everyone. Actually, because the reviews have been out for the game, and surprise, surprise, it's not a very good game. I mean, neither is Horus Heresy, neither is 40K in the grand scheme of things, to be quite honest with you.
Accurate.
But yeah, like, you play the game because you want lots of Space Marines on the table. Like, literally, that's why you play the game, or lots of tanks, or whatever. You have an epic army, right? So, I kind of feel that, like, people who want to play epic, and I'm saying this as someone whose job it was to sell people on these games, I think people who want to play epic will play epic. I don't think epic is a game where you like sell people on with miniatures and like demo games. I think epic's the kind of game where you look at a picture of a table of like a battle, and you just decide I want to play that or not. Like I don't think playing the game or having like a tiny rhino will convince someone to like play Epic if they didn't already want to play Epic.
If now they own the model. So by extension of owning the model, you gotta get an Epic. That's how they get you.
No, then you'll be like you'll have an unpainted army and no one will want to play you.
Well, shit. I mean, that's me. I have an unpainted army.
But not an unpainted Epic army because you got to paint your Epic army
Well, not
if you
yet.
play Epic. Yeah.
It's not unpainted yet.
Like I've seen a demo game of Epic with unpainted models, and it is the ugliest shit I've ever seen on the tabletop. Like who has what? You know, like everything's the same. Like everything's a Space Marine, right? Like you know, yeah, it's very interesting because I think it is a definition of a specialist game of like, yeah, it's kind of like Necro in a sense where like you need to know what you're getting into, but Epic more so because like at least Necro has like the silly campaign mechanic. You know, it has like you could push people off the cliff. You know, and it has its skirmish hardcore feel.
Mm-hmm.
But Epic is like mechanically, it it's not like Legion with like its amazing movement system or like War Machine with the balanced factions or like BattleTech with like a solid rule set that hasn't changed for 30 years. Like Epic is like the game is the game, or the game doesn't matter, and having a tiny rhino is like cool. We have a tiny rhino, but I just kind of feel that it's a game where you need to know you want it because of the commitment, and like this is the kind of game it is, kind of hobby it is.
Yeah, I see that. It's
Um,
hard selling people onto a new game system.
right,
Travis being
especially
one of those people,
yeah,
hardcore 40K fan.
yeah, it is tough to tell people, hey, play this game. It's like why, and that's the thing. It's like if someone asked me why I should play Epic, I would just show them a picture of a battle fully painted, like, does this excite you? If the answer is no, or if the answer is not yes, if it's a maybe, then you probably shouldn't play it. Now, if all your friends are playing it, that's a different story, right? But like getting into it from scratch, like again, because of the unique scale, because of the specialist game nature, because of like, because the game is just all Space Marines, like I can't imagine it being exciting play if you're not hyped about the idea of these massive Space Marine armies.
I mean, that was basically my thought process with 30K.
Yeah, it's just all Space Marines.
Why would I want to play Space Marines against Space Marines? That sounds boring.
Right? I know I like that, right? Um, so I have fun with it. But yeah, if that doesn't hype you, then Epic isn't that game you should play because it will be hard. You will not have fun.
Right.
That's what I will say. I guess there's Solar Ox too, but like it's the same thing. Are you hyped about all these Solar Ox armies? If not, then yeah, you probably shouldn't play it.
Shouldn't jump in, huh?
Yeah, um, because of the commitment required to really play the game and get an army going and stuff you have to buy and all that, because it's not like 40K where all you could start 500 points, you know um or like Legion, like I'll play skirmish games. Like no, 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 like this is the game where like it's just gonna be dumb if you play it at a low points level.
I see. What was a hefty rant about one little rhino?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because it's part of the conversation, like because that's people, a lot of the online talk is like, like, yeah, like as a game system, Epic doesn't really offer anything new. It's like that's not the point, right? Like you literally just play this game because you have a million tiny space marines on the table. Like that's it. um yeah,
It is the total war of the Warhammer universe.
right.
You get all those little guys in their
You got a
little
lot of little guys.
formations, and you throw them into a big battle.
Hmm.
But yes, so now if you want to get your model of the month, it's a little rhino.
It's a little rhino.
Get you started on your little epic adventure.
Hmm. And if you do, better paint your stuff.
You better. John's gonna hunt you down.
Oh, mm, I will hunt you down. Like, paint your stuff, please.
Well, moving on to the coin here, just so we could just take a look at it. I assume that's just the Emperor's sigil.
Yeah, it's just the logo of the game, I think.
Hmm,
I think that's the Space Marine Legion logo.
got it. All in all, just another coin to add to your collection if you are, for those who are collecting the coins. And there's one more piece of news to talk about. I wanted to quickly just touch on the Meta Watch here. You know, obviously during their World Championship, surprisingly, Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines took the first two spots, with the Space Marines coming in second, Chaos coming in first. Congratulations, Eldar. Step up your game, bros. We gotta take. You should be taking number one all the time. Every tournament should be Eldar. Very disappointed. But I like to look at the Meta Watch because I like to look at what GW thinks is uh, their win rate for each faction. And every time they post a new one, Eldari is shrinking. It's now down to 57%. Still top dog. So, we're still holding it. We're just not winning any tournaments right now. But, still top dog in the win rate department. And then on the other end of the spectrum, my poor Dark Eldar are bottom tier. Worst of the worst.
Sad face.
I know. I'm telling you, man. It's because every edition they got to rework the pain system, and last edition that was probably the best the pain system has ever been. This new pain system, total trash. Hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everyone else looks to be a-okay. Custodes, they're kind of tinkering at the bottom there. They're right on the edge of the Drukhari. But surprise, surprise. Votann still top 3. Black Templars taking number 3, which is surprising. Makes me happy because Black Templar can't go wrong. And then Chaos Space Marines, which are nasty, especially with Abaddon. Just nasty combos that can be going on there. But thought we just draw some attention to this. This is what GW thinks the factions are. Of course, the internet still clamors for the Eldari nerfs every time.
I'm sure.
I've seen it every time. Every time I'm looking up to see what's going on. I'm not like Travis. Travis is like really into the competitive scene. He listens to the podcast and things. I'm like your casual viewer. I'll look into it and see what people are running, see what people are doing. Yeah, people still want nerfs to Eldari. So I'm sure it'll come in the next update, which should be January. So maybe after LVO. I'm pretty sure that'd be the 6-month mark. Can't recall off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it'd be January. But now that we're done with this, it's time to get into some models. And of course, we're going to start with where we always start, the Sunday preview. So, we are getting the Flesh Eater Courts. What would you call this? Pre-order
Army set, army box.
Pre-order army box before anyone else gets access to the book and models.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll just quickly go over this. We gave all our opinions on this last week, so Uh, New box set comes with all the new models that they've shown off. The new Vargolf riders, the new Vargolf model, the new infantry, and the character, which I'm blanking on the name on right now. So we're getting that. Horus Heresy. We get the Assault Marines.
Freaking finally. Yes, please. Very happy about this release. Might pick one up
Just
for
one?
my New Year in the Army. Yep, just one.
Why not
Ooh,
three?
$70. Why not what?
Why not three, John?
Because I already played Blood Angels. I don't want any more assault. I don't want to spam Assault Marines again.
But
I already have that army.
what about when you want to start your Raven Guard army?
I am not gonna play Raven Guard
Why not?
because I fucking hate Raven Guard in Horus Heresy.
But they got the beaky helms. It's perfect.
Everyone gets Beaky Helms.
Yeah, but it started by the Raven Guard?
Yeah, but that doesn't make them any less terrible to me.
And what makes Raven Guard so bad?
They just don't do anything.
They got what, stealth probably?
Cool. They don't think cool. They have no good books. There we
Okay.
go.
Okay. Fair enough.
Freaking Raven Guard.
The
Nah,
Assault
I'm just jokes aside, I'm just not a fan of Raven Guard like at all.
No worries. No one is. Well, I know someone who is, but no one
Yeah.
really is a fan of Raven Guard. So yep, that's coming out. Middle Earth, the little translucent plastic ghost army coming out.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna release this one so soon. But here we are. This is coming out. So you can get more of them. White Dwarf, get your little book. It's whatever. Has a few new things in there. New rules for boarding. Which I haven't done any of those side games yet, so don't really have any interest in the little side games either. But that's just something that's coming out. Let's see what else they got here. Kill Team and Cities of Sigmars in Warcry. So just a little patch notes coming into this little White Dwarf here. I had this in another article, but I guess we could just talk about this now. The Grotmis model. The Grotmis Gits model, which I guess is the antagonist to the Red Gobbo. I have not read any of the lore that's been going on with the Red Gobbo because I don't care about the lore surrounding the Red Gobbo, but yeah. Here we go. We got a Christmas themed model here, which I'll take it. I'll take it over a dwarf model that we usually get. I know last year was the Red Gobble, but in the past it's usually been like some dwarf with a mug with its stein. At least with this, it fits GW's wacky humor. Giant squig, antlers, a goblin with a bag, which I think it doesn't zoom in on the model. It's got something in there. I think that's a Space Marine hand, but I can't tell. Overall, not a bad model. I actually enjoy the model. Not enough to actually pick it up, but I like that it exists. It's creative enough. You have any thoughts on it, or are you still hating on the Christmas models of the Red Gobble line?
I always hate the Christmas models, and this does not change my mind. Like, what a waste of plastic. Like, this could have been a plastic Karandras model. But
They're
Karandras
coming.
is delayed because of this guy.
Okay, well, I will agree with that part. That part, yes. So, screw this model in particularly, but Well, I mean, when you put it like that, yeah, screw this model in particularly, okay? Deserves it. Moving on. We got the firegrass tufts that you can put on your base that they're now selling on their own, which I don't know. Can't you just go to like Michael's or Joann's and get this stuff cheaper?
You could probably, yeah, not Michaels and Joann's, but I think Army Painter sells some tufts. Yeah, red tufts are great, but I guess you get 155 tufts. It's a lot. Huh.
No, I guess we'll have to see what the price is.
Yeah, we'll see what the price is. That oh, it's $15. Yeah, that's the same actually.
Is that good or bad? You tell me. I don't use tufts.
I love tufts, and the other tufts you get, it's like $7, and you get seven. Yeah, it's actually the same price as if you got Army Painter tufts, more or less.
The same price?
Yeah, it's the same price. Shockingly.
Well, I can't fault GW then. But it doesn't mean I don't have to like it. So I ain't spending $15 on grass. I'll just spend my $15 on the paint that makes the surface of my base. So that's coming out. Vault of Terror collection book coming out. For those who like to just buy the special edition books. Warbringers coming to MP3. Audiobook, sorry. The Advent short books coming out as well. And Warhammer Plus, we're getting the Flesh Eater Corps battle report and how to paint a little tank. And that's it. That's what we have to look forward to for the Sunday preview. I'm gonna skip over the Red Goblin model because we just talked about it. So you know what that leads us to? Horus Heresy Thursday. And I'm a little biased because it's a Thousand Sun Librarian, which seems a little redundant since all Thousand Suns are psychers. So, but nonetheless, I like it. But again, very biased. I'm a Thousand Sun player, and this just looks like a very badass model.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it Iberian. This is literally just a Praetor, a Thousand Suns Praetor, because you're right, they are all Psychers. So, well, not in 30k. You could have a non-psychic Praetor, but they should probably be psychic anyway. And yeah, this, like, I would just treat this as a Praetor in Artificer armor.
I mean, this model's badass.
It's great, yeah, because they don't have one, so this is a great Praetor in Artificer armor.
I'm gonna pick this up.
It'd be great in 40k
and then one
too.
day, I'll build it like the 30k Arimon that I picked up back in the last LVO. It's still in the box. Haven't built it because it's Forge World cast, and I don't like to touch Forge World models. I got a guy for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this up as a Thousand Sun simp, as a Magnus did nothing wrong kind of guy. I'm picking this up. Badass model, Egyptian themed. Let's go. I mean, I gotta keep the helmet on. Sorry. Him with a face just does not look good.
Fair.
The helmet's what sells it.
Yeah.
Everything else sells it too, but he doesn't got the helmet on. Why even bother?
Definitely one of the better Praetors, I think. Also properly scaled for the proportions, so I like that.
Now my question to you, John, is he gonna be plastic?
No, he's resin. He's Forge World resin.
God damn it! Why?
Because it's niche. All these unique Praetors are Forge World resin.
But why doesn't Forge World cater to me, John? To me.
Because not enough of you buy 30k characters.
I bought one Isn't that enough?
You need to buy more. More people need to buy.
I bought it third party though, but I mean, that's still.
Well, more people need to buy for them to justify. Hey, let's make plastic Legion characters.
You heard him. You heard him, boys. Buy all the Thousand Suns characters so they can make them plastic.
Yes.
Screw the rest of the legions.
Yes, Thousand Suns first.
Then maybe I'll get into 30k. But yeah, knocked it out of the park. Good job. I will buy. Maybe we'll see. Maybe if I get a good discount like I did Ariman. All right, and then there's just one last thing. It is New Model Monday, so of course we got ourselves some new Necromunda models. Doc and gang look out for House Dalak. You know, it says spooky, which tells me that this probably should have came out in like October.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these models, to be honest.
Yeah, they're kind of just chill. I don't see them. I mean, it's like a unique version of the Doctor and the ammo dude, and the lock style. But it's like, yeah, like, it's cute. It's Forge World. It's resin, so it's not a waste of plastic.
It's a waste of good resin.
It's okay. They got way too much of those.
True.
But yeah, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And the upgrade kits, like that's cool.
Yeah, the upgrade kits are nice. I enjoy it. But House Dog ain't for me, so don't care too much for them. These vampires. That's the whole thing. They're like radiation poison because of their suits. I think it's someone else.
That's Vansar.
That's Vansar. What are these guys again? They're just vampires, right?
No, they're I don't know. I forgot their lore.
They're Gene Stealer cults.
No, they're absolutely not Gene Stealer cults.
All right. Well, that is all the Warhammer articles that I have. Do you have anything in particular?
Nope, that's kind of it for Warhammer. Warhammer news. Well, this is the
Well,
fantasy one. Warhammer fantasy article.
did I miss something?
Old world. Morale. Actually, I want to talk about this. It's very interesting.
All right. We put that up there. Okay.
Yeah, they changed how break tests work exactly.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the chart here. Let's take a look at
Yeah.
it.
So I'll talk about this because it's kind of tricky. So it's essentially the same as last edition, where 2d6. If you're equal to or lower, you pass. But the degree in which you fail matters now. So if you fail the leadership test because of the combat modifiers, so for example, you leadership 8, you dealt 2 wounds, the enemy deals 5 wounds, so you lose combat by 3 or whatever. So you need a 5 or lower to pass. So if you roll a 6, 7, or 8, that means you would pass it normally, but because of the modifier, you fail, right? So it's still under your leadership, but because of the modifier, you fail the test. So then you will just fall back in good order. So it's a falling back, but you essentially rally automatically after you fall back, and you reform. However, if you roll higher than your leadership, so if you roll a 9 or higher, then you break. So then that's the classic running away that we know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess it makes a little more sense.
I kind of like it.
Fail by
Yeah.
1 and then you just get run down by a cavalry unit kind of deal.
Exactly. I kind of like it because it adds another layer of because before there was no difference of like, hey, you lose by 1 and then you get run down instantly, right? but now you only really get run down if you roll really high. And if you're a brave unit, let's say you're an elite unit like sword masters or whatever. Let's say you're leadership 9, and then yeah, you could fail the test if you get pummeled in combat, but you'll just fall back safely. You'll lose ground, and you'll get you know you lose the combat, but you won't get instantly destroyed. Now, if you roll really high, then that's part of the dice game part. But at least having higher leadership matters, and even though you get pummeled in combat. So I really like this rule. This makes me excited for the game.
Oh, that's interesting. Does it go over the modifiers? Because I haven't looked into the article.
It's the same as before. So if you for every wound dealt, there's a modifier. If they cause fear, there's a modifier. Or
If
sorry,
they
if they cause
outrank
fire and all
you,
that.
depending on how many ranks.
That didn't add. They did not talk about rank bonuses yet.
Okay. Because I remember there's like rank, depending on how many ranks you had, if you outnumbered them, if you hit them on the side or the rear, it all came from multiple modifiers. So right now they're just doing the wounds thing, huh? And the fear.
Yeah. So they haven't explicitly talked about ranks and stuff.
Yeah. The fear, terror, stupidity, animosity, frenzy, unbreakable, stubborn, and hatred. It's all now found in one place in the rulebook. Okay. Alright, so fear causing unit. Already in combat, scary regiment, skeleton warriors. Take leadership touch each round, suffer -1 to hit. That was always a thing, right? Or was it they didn't do
Yeah,
anything? I
I
couldn't
believe so.
remember. What?
I believe so. I believe it was a thing.
Okay. They go over the dragon ogres, which hopefully they get new models because they could use some new models. Okay, so just a little more information needs to be out there, just in terms of what other things affect the leadership role. But okay, a little more survivability out there. I as a Tomb King player, I hope my oh god, what do they call it? Unstable? No,
Yeah, unstable.
it wasn't unstable.
Yeah, it was unstable. Where if you lose leadership, instead of running, you just lose that many models.
Yeah, hopefully my unstable doesn't take too big of a. Alright, works a little bit better than it did in the past. Because no, it was crumbling. That was the word.
Problem. Yeah.
But my crumbling is slightly reduced more than what happens in the happened in the past. Because losing a whole unit due to crumbling, that was a real feels bad. I mean, that payoff being you didn't run, so you were always in combat, but oh man, crumbling to death was always painful. But yeah, anything else in this article? Or is that it? I believe that's it then. All right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about good old Valrock. I watched one of his videos today. And he talked about his rumors. And I like to take his rumors pretty good, pretty accurate, about 90% accurate. Saying this Saturday or Sunday, we should be getting the pre-order for the new kill team, which will have the Scorpions and the Scouts. So that's something to look forward to this week. And then he dropped some interesting tidbits saying that the Tau the Tau are going to be getting a whole new model refresh for next year. Mainly the Kroot.
Checks out.
The Kroot are going to be getting a whole bunch of new units. And obviously, the Vespids are rumored to be in a kill team. So those are going to be new model launch. But it was like the whole Kroot models were going to be completely redone. The Kroot were going to get like cavalry, I think, or something like that. So, I'm trying to remember that name of that unit that was a Forge World where you had a Kroot on the back of a monster just shooting a minigun. It was in Dawn of War. I just can't remember the name of it.
Crutox.
Crutox, yes. Probably their own version of Crutox. But yeah, it seems like if rumors are to be true, again, just rumors, according to Valrak, Eldar and Tau are looking pretty good. Getting a lot of new models.
I think it checks out because I think Kroot are the remnants of old plastic models along with their Avengers, like pre 8th edition plastics. So because other factions are kind of good to go. Chaos is all good. Demons, I think that's the last one as well. Demons need a range refresh because Orcs, Necrons, Eldar Guardians. I mean, Dark Eldar arguably need new. They don't really need new models. They just, I mean, Incubi are pretty new. I think Cabalite Warriors work well still.
Well,
I mean, the new upgrade pack for Cabalite Warriors kind of shows that they're still using that. So
yeah, well, I mean, if rumors are to be true again, the Night Lords are supposed to be fighting new Mandrake unit, not models, not unit.
yeah, that would be cool.
Because I'm trying to think. Besides Custodians, because they don't really count, I think Dark Eldar have the most fine cast models.
Custodians have no fine cast.
Huh?
Custodians have no fine cast.
Resin.
Oh, like Forge World.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even count because it's not in the Codex. It's like the extra Forge World stuff.
True.
So yeah, Dark Eldar for sure. I mean, it's just supporting argument. The Dark Eldar definitely have the most resin left. I mean, Necron had all the resin squatted with this new codex. From what I guess
Well,
the
I think the only
Catan.
thing they have are the characters, right? And
No, they have no more models. No models.
the special characters?
Correct.
No, all their special characters are still fine cat or resin.
Yeah, they don't have rules anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. So no
Like
Imhotep, huh?
well, Imhotep has a new model, so he has rules. But yeah, Anrakir, Oberon, Xandric, no more rules.
Well, that's sad. But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
They probably weren't really that popular
I
characters.
mean, I can see them coming back and then getting a new model. You know, that's in the future.
True, it's
But
always a possibility.
yeah, but for now they are or no Necron. Sorry, there's some. I think what's it called? Trazen still has rules, but yeah, Oberon, Anrokir, and Xandrek have no rules anymore.
Sad. All right, well, I did not know that. Then yeah, Dark Eldar, only ones. I mean, I know there's, I think like a few aspect warriors. The warp spiders are still resin. That's probably it. Because scorpions are going to plastic. I'm just trying to think who who still has resin models? I guess,
Hordes are kind of good to go. They don't have any.
yeah, just Dark Eldar. They're the only ones that come to mind.
Yeah.
So
I guess like warp spiders and stuff, right?
yeah, but that's I think that's it. I think it's just the warp spiders now. But I mean that's all gonna be squatted soon, if next year is to be accurate, of them getting all new model aspect models. Because that's pretty much what they're gonna be. Rumor is that's what they're gonna be doing, is mainly just making kill team models of all the aspects. So since that's supposed to be the new thing for a kill team, it's like making a whole kill team full of aspect warriors. So
Mm-hmm.
that's coming around. Trying to think anything else. Obviously, Blood Angels are getting new Sanguine Guard. Was rumored as well.
Makes sense.
And bad news for Space Wolves. You're looking more towards the end of the edition to get an update to your book. So that's all rumors. I don't really buy that last one. I feel like most Space Marine chapters will just be like that in between when they're working on a main faction, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. But that's all I got on the rumor engine. Not much else. So 2024, if you're a Xenos player, looking good. Looking good. Other than that, what have you been up to, John?
I'm hobbying in 30K in BattleTech. So I played a 30K game. Yeah, Friday? No, Saturday. For my league, Mechanicum versus a Night Lord Tank Company. Super fun. Barely lost, but it was a super fun game. I haven't busted out my Mechanicum in a while, and it was interesting playing a tank list. Definitely makes me more excited for Epic because like 10 tanks and a 4x6 don't really have room to maneuver. So it would be cool to see them in a what's it called, in a
Miniature form.
like a miniature form where they can actually maneuver and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, did that. Played some BattleTech, getting more a hang of the game. Finished my unit of AOS. Finished the infantry.
You
Just need
finally
to do the
finished your
banners and the
500.
transfers. The characters are done. I built the knights. Gonna be painting that at some point. But yeah,
Cool. So you finally finished your first 500 points of AOS.
heck no,
Slacking, bro. Slacking. You're
no
supposed to be the
slacking.
fast painter here.
I know.
That's cool. I slacked off. I did not paint.
Yeah.
I did not paint at all. This whole week. I don't know why. Just sometimes you just gotta get in that mood. Even if I wanted to paint a model a day, I didn't do it. So I'm gonna have to double my effort to for this week, just so I can make up for last week failure of not painting anything. Let's see, what did I do last week? I did one game of 40K. Unfortunately, our fourth person got sick, so just became three people that came and joined us, and it was so we just did like a little 2v1. We did some Eldar and Tyranids versus 2,000 points of Ultramarines. I know, very unlikely combo, but it's what we had at that time. And I bravely sacrificed my entire army into the Space Marines, and somehow we still won, barely. But for 4 turns, which, basically the entire game, I had 2 units. That's how bad I got decimated. My army. I was just, when I tell you I was rolling horrible. I mean, I'm rolling terrible. I'm rolling ones. I can't make a 3-up save to save my life. Nothing was going my way that game. The only thing that I had going for me was my Artard was able to make his saves. Make his 4-up invul save. I can make the 4-up invul save, John. I couldn't make a 3-up armor save. I don't know what was going on, but I was struggling in that game. Luckily, the Tyranids were, hordy, and being able to take objectives and do everything that I couldn't do. And all I was doing was just being a little mosquito, being very annoying with my one model, the Autark, a Skyleaper or Wayleaper, sorry. Which saving grace, he can't be targeted if he's more than 12 inches away. So that was that. That was a fun, interesting game, but oh boy, I've never rolled so poorly in my life, John.
Nice
And
game.
I never want to experience that again. But it being the end of the month, since I game on Wednesdays, we're probably gonna do Shadows of Brimstone because that's like the end of the month kind of thing we do. It all depends on who shows up that day. If not, probably just do another 2,000-point game. Because like I said, LVO right around the corner.
It is right around the corner.
Literally 2 months away now, and still feel very rough on these rules, but is what it is. Other than that, yeah, haven't really done anything else. Did you get anything for your Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals?
Yes, I got a lot of magic and BattleTech. No Warhammer though, because
What are deals in Warhammer? I don't know what that
yeah.
is.
I mean, Games Workshop doesn't do sales, and they don't need to. So, I
They
mean,
know.
some I guess yeah, they don't need. They really don't need to. They're on top, and they're not showing any signs of not being on top of everyone else.
Yeah, that's what it's like to be at the top.
Yep.
Um,
How about you? You get anything?
Me? No. Nope, I didn't buy anything because I honestly don't need anything
There you
model
go.
wise. Now, you know, we gotta wait a little bit for next year when everything gets redone. Then,
Oh, yeah.
then I'm
Then
gonna
yeah,
need some stuff. But right now, I'm good. I could use a few paints, but paints don't go on sale.
paints don't really go on sale. It's true.
But I think we'll call it there. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
I think that is it.
All right then. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end, and we'll see you next time.
Later, everyone.